Hello everyone, and I hope you're doing quite well. So by the time you're starting to watch this tutorial, you have already installed Android Studio for yourself, and you have also already gotten your phone ready. So we are going to start by going through how Android Studio looks like and what we are going to expect through the course. So you'll click on this page, then you will start a new Android Studio project. So now once you are able to start a new project, you have different types of activities. So we can see we have a basic activity, we have empty activity, bottom navigation. So you're going to see what these different activities are, but for now you're going to start with the empty activity. So you click on empty activity, then you click next. Then you will give your name that will be shown in the Android. So in short, you just give an application name. So you can begin. You can call this hello world. So we'll give our first app to be hello world. So we have package name. So for package name, this is going to be very essential, especially when now we come to publishing our projects to the Play Store, where we are going to be able to use a package name, and the package name should be unique. So for now we'll leave it at that, but when we are going to learn publishing, or when you're going to start publishing, you will always have to give a unique package name, so that your package does not coincide with another one, or does not clash with an app that is already in the Play Store. So your location is now saved in Android Studio projects. Then for us, we have two options. We can use Kotlin or Java. Since we learned Kotlin, we are going to remain with working with Kotlin. Then with the minimum SDK, that is the Android version. So the one which is automatically selected is actually okay for you, because now it will operate in many devices. So if you check through, you have different versions of Android, from Android 4 up to Android R. So if you choose an Android version that is very high, maybe like Android 8, you will see your app will only run in 6% of devices. So we always try as much as possible to use the lowest version, or to use maybe that we can use Jelly Bean, so that at least it's supported in even lower versions of different phones. So now we can now click on finish. So you can click finish. Then now your app will start to load. As it indexes, so we'll wait for all the items to load, then we can go through the project. We'll have this is what Android Studio looks like. So we have two main places where we have the XML part. So we have this XML part. So this XML part, so activity main.xml, it will definitely appear, is where we do our front end design, or rather how you want your screen to look like. So this is where you do it. Then we have the main activity. So you also have videos through the main activity. You'll have a link. Also, this is the Kotlin part. So we're going to use two languages, the activity main XML for front-end design and Kotlin for our back-end design. So these are going to be our main resources that we're going to use. So now when we come here to Android, as you begin coding, always ensure that you are on the Android space, because when you go to project space or packages, you're not going to be able to code properly. So always ensure you're on the Android space. Then there are some few packages that I'm going to explain here, what these packages do and what you're going to use them for. So we have the first folder, we have the manifest folder. So when we say Android manifest.xml, so basically this is a design page, and it assists us to do labels and icons around our app. So we are going to see how that works. But for example here, the label it just shows what the name of the app is. So we are going to see it more as we use it and as we improve on our applications. Then we also have the Java package or the Java folder, where we have our main activity.xml, and we've said this is going to be our back end. So if you put something on the front end, you have to link it to the back end. For example, if you place a button on the front end, you'll have to link it back to your Kotlin page. So these are just test folders. You're free to delete them, but you can also just leave them for testing purposes. Then we have our resources folder. So we have the resources folder. So this is also a very important folder in our projects. So we have the drawable. So the drawable, this is where we are going to place all the images, all the icons that you're supposed to use in your applications. If you want to use an image, if you want to use something in the background, if you want to develop different kinds of shape, we put them always inside our drawable. Then we have the layout folder, which holds for us the activity main.xml, which we said is this, and this is where we do our design. Then we have the mip map. So this mip map is just also where we place icons. For example, you want to use an icon for your app and all that, you use the mip map. It's also for placing some resources. Then we have now the values. So for the values, this is more of a styling folder. So colors, basically, if you want to use any color in your app, you're going to place the colors in the color XML. So these are just hexadecimal numbers. So if you want to use pink, you just come and add a color pink, then you give it a name. So when you're developing your app now, you'll just call upon the color, so that you don't put colors in your design. You're going to also see how that works. Then we have the styles.xml. So here you can put different styles. You're also going to see if you want to customize a theme, if you want to do anything here, we put it in the styles.xml. Then we have the strings.xml. So we also have the strings.xml. So these are constant names. So for example, the app name here, we've called it string. So when we just go back kidogo to Android manifest.xml, you can see the label calls string, then it calls the app name, which is just right here in your strings XML. So for constant strings or constant text that you're going to be using, we always desire to put them inside the strings.xml. So this is the resources folder, and that's how we are going to be working with it. Then now we are going to see through now the design, the design phase. So that's it about how Android Studio is and how Android Studio works. So we are going to see how we are going to run an app. So basically these are just the normal, you can go through them, coding. Then to run the app, you're going to see how to do it. If you have an Android phone, and if you don't have an Android phone as well, you can use something called the emulator, which is here, which you also have to pre-install as you install your Android Studio. So that's it for the description of how Android Studio works. So hopefully I'll be able to see you in the next video, as we now begin creating our Hello World application. If you have any question, you can quickly place it there in the comment section, or you can discuss it in our online forum. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.